Hello and welcome to the Human Bacon Podcast. We are on episode what we at?
30.
30?
Yep, this is it.
3-0.
3-0. We made it. That was me throwing a pen that just rolled off the table, too, by
You're
the
going to
way.
need that pen, too.
Yeah, I know. I got another one right here.
Look at you.
I'm ready to go.
You get to just throw your pens around because you got more pens.
Yep.
I wish I had that luxury.
Pens everywhere.
I always have one pen. I don't know why.
Yeah, get them free at work, so
Well,
I got a whole bunch.
At work, at my work, I always have one pen. Like, literally, that's it. And if I lose that, I'm fucked.
You're done, yeah.
Because I have to, like, take notes and shit and, like, what I'm doing at certain times. It's a hard life. It's a hard life having one pen. There's so many times I could have just put a backup pen, like, in my pants. I just don't. I'm just like, I just never do it. I'd always stick with one pen.
Pens. I always have a pen on me in case
I think that's
someone
like
tries to steal something, too. I can stab them in the neck with the pen.
That's not bad. Yeah. Pens are a useful weapon, you know?
Oh, yeah.
They're everywhere, too.
Yep.
Like, I wonder how many times they've been used to, like, you know, just, like, solidly kill someone.
Thwart. Would-be nay-doer.
Thwart the would-be nay-doer.
Yes, I watched a scary movie the other day called The Witch, and it was based in like 1697. They just said New England. I assume Massachusetts, but it could have been anywhere. It all looked the same. God, it looked terrible living back then. That was more scary than like the actual movie. Just watching them live like that, I'm like, this seems fucking terrible.
No, dude, those are bad times. Yeah, it's just feces everywhere. No,
Oh, yeah.
No plumbing.
Oh, like
Just
the
like-
father slept at one point, and I mean, it's a nothing scene. But he fell in some like mud or something, and the daughter had to like bring his clothes down to a brook, and she's just at just some fucking brook, just wiping off whatever mud's on. I'm like, that's not clean. That's just like, I mean, you got the mud look away, but that's still dirty. Like,
It's still wicked dirty.
it's so wicked. Yeah.
Like, have you ever gone down to the river? And,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
dude, if you just walk around, you don't even touch the water. Like, you get home, you feel
It's
disgusting.
disgusting.
You feel absolutely gross.
Yep.
It's like the grossness of the river just attached itself to your skin,
Oh yeah.
and you feel like shit.
I go fishing at the Concord River all the time, and that river smells terrible sometimes.
Like, that water's extremely gross.
Like usually our fish will use oatmeal. So like, you take a handful of oatmeal
Yeah.
and you stick it in the river, you make a ball, put it on your hook. After a while, we didn't want to stick our hands in the river anymore. We would just bring a bucket with like a gallon of water and dump it in the bucket.
Clean
and
water.
you were just using the clean water because it was just after a while, like, I don't want to stick my fucking, I got to touch things. I'm going to touch my phone. Things like that after too. I'm like, I don't want to, this is bad.
And maybe you got some like chips down there or something, and like you go to like lick your fingers or something.
Oh.
He's got that. You're like, oh.
I mean, it's bad enough
fuck.
I got to grab the fish and rip a hook out of its mouth.
Yeah, that's dude, fish. Grabbing a fish, man, like that's fucking super gross.
Yep.
They are slimy. They are horrible. Like, see, people think like snakes are slimy and stuff. Snakes are not slimy at all.
No.
They are like
they're scaly.
They're scaly. Yeah, like if you run your hand up one way, you're gonna catch their scales and like
It's
fucking
gross. Yeah.
Yeah, like you'll start peeling them backwards, and it's like it's horrible. Like, don't do that. But no, fish are fucking.
Oh, yeah.
They have mucus. Like literally, they're saturated
gross.
in mucus. It's like it's disgusting. I don't know if they produce it or it's from the disgusting river.
I love fishing though. I don't know what it is, but
It's good. It's good. I enjoy it too. I've gone with Frankie a bunch
yep.
in the summer. We go to Muskuppick,
Yep.
Lake Muskuppick. Yeah, that's he's got a pretty good fishing spot over there, dude. Like I remember I went with him one night after work. It was like 11 p.m. and we were just going night fishing. We had like our headlamps and stuff.
Yep.
And
Get some catfish.
yeah, we were fishing for a good like hour and a half, 2 hours, and this motherfucker caught like 6 bass, and I didn't catch shit.
Oh man.
Like, dude, that's why I don't like fishing. Every time I go, there's someone that we're doing the same actions. Like, there's 50-50
Yep.
chance for both of us. And, like, literally, like, they always catch all the fish, and I get
Yep.
maybe one kibby if I'm lucky. Like,
it happens.
like one sunfish if I'm lucky. And the same thing happened, like, deep sea fishing, too. Like, I went deep sea fishing when I was, like, I think it was, like, 12 or 13 years old. And we went up for, like, mackerel. Right? So, like, they're, like, bait fish pretty much. Like, you catch a bunch of them when you go out there, and then you use them to, like, catch bigger fish, like, at a different time. And this motherfucker on the boat caught, like, 60. I'm not even kidding. We're doing the same thing. We're just standing on the boat, and then the guy like says over like the horn or whatever, like drop your lines, right? We drop our lines. We all get the same bait. This dude catches like fucking 60 of them, right? There's no difference between our rods or nothing. Like literally all the same. He catches like 60. I don't catch one.
No fish.
Not fucking one.
Not one mermaid.
I'm standing right next to him. Our rods are in the same spot. I'm like trying to like see how deep he goes down, and like when he like stops his line from going down, I stop mine. Literally right next to each other, and all the fish are like, fuck that bait. I'm going for that one every single time.
He's got more experience points for his rod.
Apparently.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's like
He's
literally...
like level 48, and you're level like 12.
Like that convinced me that day that the Matrix is real. Like
there it is.
It's extremely biased in one way. Like 1 out of like a billion probability. It's like that's zero chance.
Something in your code that you just can't fucking catch fish.
It's fucking stupid. It's stupid. It's retarded, and I'm upset. And I like fishing, but like I just want it to be fair.
Yeah.
Just let it be fair for 5 minutes, and I'll be happy. That's it. Jesus.
Good old fishing.
What's the biggest fish you caught?
I usually go carp fishing, so it's like 20-something pounds. Probably like a 20 pounder or whatever. I mean, you battle those things too. That takes, like 15, 20 minutes just to get it close enough.
Did I ever tell you the story about my mom catching her carp when she caught her carp?
I don't think so.
So it was when she was pregnant for me, and she was like 9 months, dude. And like literally like I'm about to be born like any day. And she's down at the river carp fishing with like my dad and like her like drinking friends and shit. And she's got her rod in the water, and like something hits it hard, right? It's in like one of those like plastic things in the ground. So, you know, it's like holding it up.
Yep.
So something hits the rod hard, and then she like grabs it, and then she starts reeling it in, and she thinks she has like a snag or something.
Yep.
Right? But as she's like reeling it in, she's like, oh, like this is moving. And then it like starts fighting her. And she's like, oh my God, this is like a giant fucking fish. And apparently it like swallowed the bait and then just sat there at the bottom.
That sucks.
Like it just ate it and then just sat there. Like, you know? But it like swallowed it, and as she was reeling it in, it took her and her friends like literally passing the rod around to take turns like over, I think it was 3 or 4 hours to get it in. Like it was like an insane amount of time.
Jesus.
Like that fish had fucking a lot of fight in it. And when they got it in, after that time, she said it was like the biggest carp she's ever seen. They didn't weigh it, but she said it must have been at least like 50, 60 pounds. Like it was fucking like a giant carp. And so there's this Asian dude that's like fucking comes out of the woods just like randomly down there. Like, and he sees the carp in the water like on like the hook, because they like tied like the string to like the tree. And the guy comes up to him, he goes, "How much you want?" And they go, "What?" And he goes, "How much you want?" And they go, "Want you want it, like you want this fish? Like you want to buy it?" And he goes, Yeah, right now. $500 for you, that fish." And my parents are like, "Okay, sure. Like we're just gonna catch and release it."
Yeah.
And the dude literally buys the fish, and he has like the line tied around his hand, and he's dragging it in the sand up the ramp while it's alive. Like he's bringing that shit home.
Savage.
He's bringing that shit home to eat, like straight up. Like he paid them $500 for that fish.
For a gross carp, they can't be good. They're bottom feeders. They eat like shit at the bottom of the river. It can't be good.
The funny part about that story is for me is he goes down there and he waits for people to catch fish, and then he goes and tries to buy it from them. It's like, what the fuck?
Like $500, you can get your own rod.
But yeah, that was like, I'm 25, so that was like 25 years ago. And yeah, they were just down the river like they normally were, just fucking fishing and drinking, and then this fucking random Asian dude comes out and buys their carp for $500.
I had this one spot over on Lawrence Street, right near the conch that we go to, and no one's really known about it for a long time. But then they made like a little pathway you can go down and read like historical stuff about all the, because it's right next to a bunch of the mills, so you gotta read all the stupid historical shit. And it's kind of down near this rock, and every once in a while, if we go there early in the morning, some guy, because it's a perfect spot to do drugs. So while we're fishing, every once in a while, some crackhead or some guy looking to do heroin or something would come down and just see us and get startled. And sometimes they would just leave, but some guys were just so startled, they would just start talking like, "Hey, catching anything?" Well, like, guy, you got no rod or nothing. You're just down here by yourself with nothing in your hands. Like,
I dive in the water. I use my hands.
I know what you're doing down here, buddy. We'll be gone in like an hour, guy. Take a lap. Don't worry.
Jesus. Yeah, man. I remember. Dude, I still don't know if this was a dream or not. I have no idea. But I was like pretty young. I was like 8 years old, and I was down the river, and like I was with my friends, and like I still can't, like it's like 50-50 toss up, like if this was a dream or not. But me and my friends got chased by this like homeless dude or whatever, because we stumbled upon his camp, and like we started looking through his shit, and like yeah, he just came out of the fucking woods and like straight up started chasing us, and we all went in like different directions so that like he can't just follow all of us. So we all split up, and I remember I was like in this bush for like the longest time, and like dude, it felt like Vietnam, like straight up, like you're in a bush laying down, and there's fucking the enemy like walking past you like 10 feet away, and like dude, it was fucking scary. And I don't know if it's a fucking dream or not. I can't tell. It was so long ago, but yeah, that was if it was a dream, I woke up fucking sweating. I tell you that,
because that was an intense dream.
That was a rough one.
Me and a bunch of my friends were a bunch of d-bags. I think I was a senior, and a couple of them were all juniors. It was all juniors and seniors.
Yeah.
And we slept over one of my buddy's house one night. I might have told this, but I don't care. And we all stayed at this one kid's house. We had this big house, so we could all go out around like 1 a.m. and just start doing debauchery in the neighborhood. We were like lighting firecrackers off at people's doorsteps 1 a.m, like throwing eggs at houses and just being assholes. And this one car drives. We were up near Beacon Street, kind of. This car drives by, and this one kid just whips this egg at this car driving by, and it was a beautiful throw because like the car was kind of far away, and he hit it while it was driving away. The guy slams on his brakes, throws it in reverse, and comes back. So we all just run. And I only remember this because me and one of my buddies hid in a bush because we were afraid of the guy coming out. And the guy got out, and we either had a knife or a gun, but he had something in his hand, and he was just like looking he was kind of close to us, but he was like looking in bushes, and he was driving around trying to find all of us. He never did, but I don't know what would have happened. We're a bunch of 17-year-olds throwing eggs and lighting firecrackers off it.
Imagine if he just started shooting. Imagine
that he just started spraying.
Oh my god.
Would have been an even better story.
That's why, like, it's rough to fuck with people, Like,
oh, yeah.
Even if it's a prank, Like, if they're not in on it right away, like, the wrong person, like, they could fucking shoot you.
Oh, yeah. I was an arrogant asshole when I was a teenager, though. Thought I was invincible.
Yeah, we all were. Straight up.
Never gonna die.
Dude, I would, like, chuck bricks over fences.
I know everything.
Fucking make ice snowballs in my freezer and whip them at cars.
We didn't give a shit.
I didn't care at all.
The amount of times we would egg houses... It's amazing to me. Like, we did it all the time, just driving around, egging houses, egging cars. Douchebags.
Eggs are so cheap. Eggs are
so cheap.
They are. You could get, like, that's what you would do. Just go buy, like, fucking.
Yeah, we'd go to Market Basket, and there'd be, like, the most we threw was 12 cartons in one night. And I think there was, like, 4 or 5 of us. So we all threw, like, 3 cartons of eggs each, just humming them.
I would have loved to have been the cashier checking you guys out. Just a bunch of fucking young kids. It's like, you're making a really big omelet, aren't you?
We would go differently because we tried it one time doing it, and they wouldn't sell it to us because it was like 5 of us. We all had a bunch. Like, it's obvious what the fuck we're going to do.
Right.
But we went to some Market Basket that just didn't give it because it's fucking Market, but they don't care.
Yeah.
We bought a bunch of them and egged the shit out of nice houses in Belvedere. That's what we would do. We go to the nice neighborhoods. They can afford the car details.
Like, imagine just, like, coming out of your house and just being covered in eggs.
Yeah. We made the newspaper one time because we did it down this one street 2 weeks in a row on the same day. And there was, like, the whole street was just lined up with cars. There had to have been 100 cars that we egged. And we did it to the end of it. And we cooled down a little bit after that. Though we did get one of our friends' moms one time, actually. She drove us around while we egged houses. And now that I look back, I go, that's so stupid. Why would you? It was so much fun at the time, but...
It's so inappropriate.
She fucking drove us around. She had a big Yukon, too, that you could fit like 8 people in, no problem.
Wow, that's funny.
Fucking egging houses.
I never got the egging houses. I remember I TP'd one, though.
I never did that.
You never TP'd one? No. Yeah, that was rough. That was a fun night. Yeah, it was my boy's house, and I think it was like Halloween or something. And like he didn't want to come out and like do Halloween shit, so we said fuck you, and we didn't egg his house. We TP'd it. I remember my brother was on the football team too when I was little in high school, and one year they TP'd our entire house, like the entire football team did, like overnight. And yeah, I remember we came out, dude, and our house looked like a mummy. Like, it was fucking...
Oh, shit.
It was just so bad. And, dude, there must have been at least, like, 50, like, empty, like, cardboard rolls.
Yep.
Just, like, fucking just
strewn
laying
about.
like, you know, fireworks, how you see, like,
Yeah,
all, like,
yeah.
the empty, like, cartons afterwards? That's what it looked like, but with
Empty
fucking...
shells after a war.
Yeah, it was fucking empty toilet paper rolls just everywhere.
We used to fuck with our cars so much. My senior year of high school, we would put like saran wrap in cars was the big thing. This we would saran wrap the shit out of cars so you couldn't get into it with like whipped cream and everything on it. And then we got into that window snow shit that you put, but you didn't put it on cars. We would just write the most horrific things on each other's cars, and you'd drive by and just you'd wake up in the morning to go to school, and I remember I had a bunch of dicks and everything just drawn all over. I'm like, oh, how long has this been like this?
High school kids, they're fucking
It was
stupid.
fun. I know one time we
It's fun.
one of the funniest things we did, this kid Chris Smart, he moved somewhere near us, or he was moving, so we made a giant sign that said Chris Smart's coming out of the closet party, and we hung it in his fucking front lawn, and we drove off and left it there.
That's funny.
Just D-bags.
Good old high school shit. It's the best.
Yep, and now we're 30. That's how old this podcast is.
Yeah, we're 30 years young.
High school is far behind.
It's no longer, it's just a dream. It's a dream of the past.
Yep. Now we're looking at things like retirement and
401ks.
401ks. Somewhere to move with lots of land to hide all the bodies.
Hide all the bodies.
You need a lot of land.
I mean, you
We
need
need a lot of stuff to like excavators and...
You need a lot of land because, I mean, like, you only can get so much bacon from each body.
Yeah.
You know? So, you get a lot of bodies at the end of the day. So...
Oh, you know, we need to get like an incinerator. That might be easier than burying bodies.
But I mean, then we're not being carbon neutral.
Yeah, that's true. That's bad for... We're gonna have to... You're gonna be able to tell though, where we dig holes afterwards if they're coming to look for this. So we're gonna have to go deep in the woods.
Deep in the woods. I mean, we could just send them to space, you know. Elon would probably help us out.
A certain amount. He'll just need a certain amount of bacon in return.
We pay him in human bacon to
And
get rid of the
then when
bodies.
he's launching the Starlink satellites, we can just have a couple people attached to it that just burn up while they're flying up there.
It's a fair trade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine if that was like rich people's like fucking like kink, just like human bacon.
We're gonna find out.
Like I'm genuinely curious. Like I'm not curious how it would taste. I'm curious just like would it smell like bacon? You know. Like as you're
it would
cooking
smell
it,
fucking bad.
it'd probably smell extremely
I
bad.
just think it would smell horrible.
Just like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't a good way to promote our product.
Like
I mean, no, it
genuine
would smell great.
curiosity.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, we're so lean. A lot of people just kind of lean. I mean, not everybody, this is America, but where does it come from? You have to get it from the belly, I'd assume.
From the belly, straight from the belly. Is that where it comes from on a pig?
Pork belly is no, that's more like kind of like a fat thing, but
Where does it come from on a pig? Like the thigh?
I think it's the back.
The back?
I think it's its back, yeah.
Why? That's so like weird though. Like I don't understand like so like you have like a pig and then you have like the bacon. And then at what point in the meat does it like not become bacon anymore?
Once you start getting to like shoulders and, you know what I mean, like rib chops and...
I know. It's just like when you like cook pork and then you like cook bacon, it's just like it's such a different smell.
Yeah.
You know?
It's just the layers, I'm guessing, once you just get down to a certain...
It's such a different smell, it's such a different taste, but it's like the same.
It's all the same.
You know what I'm saying? Like
weird.
That doesn't really happen with a cow. Does it? Like there's no like pieces of meat
I mean,
that
if
taste
you're eating like
super different.
a hamburger, then you're eating like a ribeye.
Well, yeah.
You'd be like, this is kind of...
That's true. But like, what if like you ground up the ribeye and then
Yeah,
like,
exactly. It
you
would still
know?
taste like a fucking burger.
Yeah, it still tastes like a burger. I mean, but a little better, you know. It's the fucking ground up ribeye. It's probably pretty good.
We'll find out when we get all this land.
Hey, we
So
gotta
we
get
get rid of all
this
these
land.
people.
All of it.
We have to get like drifters, people who have no, family or anything like that.
You just go hang out at the train station.
Nobody
Wait for him
coming
to
around.
hop off.
For a guy who needs $1 because he's stranded. Sure you do, buddy. Sure you do.
I'll give you $1 for some bacon.
Yep.
So let us peel the bacon. We need it.
Bodies. We'll put a tree over it, so that'll be eco-friendly. The tree will use the dead person.
I remember when I was in high school. I took this like microbiology class, And the first day of the class, like, the teacher was super fucking weird. She immediately started talking about, like, death and, like, what she wanted, like, to happen to her body when she died.
Oh, man.
And she was like, I have, like, it all planned out. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to be buried in, like, an eco-friendly bag that degrades over time, and then I'll degrade, and then I want an apple tree, like, planted above me, and then it will use my resources to grow. And, like,
Jesus
dude, she
Christ.
talked like that, too. Like, she was...
I mean, it sounds
It was
nice. I don't know if
sketchy.
it really works out like that. Like, where are you going to get buried that they're going to do that? You can't just pick a plot at the cemetery for them to do that.
And then
You're
she
have to find some land.
And then she
that's-
started talking about, like, her kids eating, like, the apples that come
That's
from
fucking
her,
weird.
like, fucking body, like, being
Here's
absorbed by the tree.
Here's one of Grandma's apple pies, kids. What do you mean? It's her recipe? No, it's actually a tree
It's grandma.
that grandmother's buried under.
Yeah, these apples took 20 years to get here, but
Yep.
they used your grandma to do
You
it.
eat them, your blood hurts. Like, we shouldn't be eating these apples. This is wrong.
Would that be considered cannibalism then?
I
Well, here it is. It's cannibalism with extra steps, right?
It's just a long way around it,
Just
I guess.
extra steps.
It's just one way to say, yeah, you ate somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I just don't know where, because I know you can't just get buried in your backyard. I know that's
Yeah,
not a
I know.
thing, but like, I wonder where she has planned out.
I don't know.
Like, she has it all planned out. Like,
she
okay,
said,
where?
like, all planned out.
Like, where are you gonna? I don't know what I want, because they both sound terrible. Being cremated sounds fucking weird and horrific, and being buried just sounds wicked creepy. And there's
See,
no
like, when I think of cremation, I always think about, like, what if somehow I'm aware about,
That's
like,
everybody's
I can't,
big- yeah.
I can't, like, react or say anything.
Yeah. I think
Obviously, it's probably not like that at
no,
all.
but you don't know.
Like, you're
Nobody
just
knows.
gone. But, like, it's like you're still burning into ashes.
That's I don't want to like. That's I definitely don't want to do that, because I don't want there to just be nothing left all of a sudden. They get burnt. And me and Jim at work one time were talking about it. He goes, "You think they really clean all of those ashes out when you're done, or is it like some of me and the guy before me, and they're all like kind of because it's ashes? Like, how do you really clean all the ashes?
Yeah, you got a little
You
bit
need
of...
like a hose, literally, to
Yeah.
get rid of everything, and then
You-
that's just weird. Now I'm mud. Now I'm just like hosed out mud.
You and a stranger are just touching tips through your ashes.
Just some guy,
just
completely different beliefs and everything. And now we're just
Now you're just one.
one. And I hate him.
That's gross. Yeah, because you know the people that are cremating bodies every day, like, that's their job. So
That's just
they're
what you do.
eventually not just going to give a fuck. They're not going to clean it right.
No.
You know?
Oh yeah. It's like any job.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
You're going to be...
It's not me.
It's going to be ashes. Just... It's going to be a bunch of people in one urn.
And then getting buried is creepy too, because it's almost the same thing. That I know it's impossible, but what if I wake up and now I'm stuck 6 feet under, completely unable to move? You're never gonna get out of that.
Yeah, there was this rich dude. He was so petrified of that. Like, that was his phobia of, like, being, like, dead and getting buried alive. Because, like, they used to dig up coffins and there used to be claw marks on the inside, because, like, people would be, like, passed out or unconscious, but they had no modern day technology to tell if they were alive.
Yeah,
you know?
they weren't doing
So they
autopsies.
just, like, bury them, and, like, within 24 hours they wake up after they are, like, were in a coma or something, and then they're in a fucking coffin 6 feet under. Like,
Yeah.
they've been, like, excavated, like, when they're, like, moving a cemetery or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
And, like, they found, like, claw marks on the inside, like, straight up, like, they tried to get out. And then they, like, asphyxiated to death, you know?
That's weird too, because then you could just get moved at some point throughout history. You'll just be dead. And then like 200 years is just gonna take up your stupid coffin and put you somewhere else, and fucking weird.
Yeah, like, are we ever going to run out of space for cemeteries?
Oh yeah, it's
Like,
gonna
I mean,
be this.
it has
It's
to
gonna be forced cremations.
Yeah, like,
I want to be
super
sitting in
forced.
space. We already talked about this before. I would love. That's what I want.
Space coffin.
But they wouldn't do it, because if I crash landed onto some planet and I contaminated it
Just send me to
somehow
the
or
sun.
whatever,
Send me to the
aim me
sun.
at the sun. That's one crazy way of cremation.
Because you know you'll be dead before you reach the sun. I mean, come on, you know? You're going to be, like, frozen. You're going to be, like, completely frozen.
How would they know anyway? Just have a fucking closed casket for me. Say I got buried and launch me in outer space.
Just send me up there. It's
How much
cool.
bacon do you need, Elon, to send me my dead body? And I want it to be like the Voyager. I want like one of those gold discs that has all like the human noises and everything on it. Send me out there with that.
Oh, just human noises.
It's all just stand up that I like.
It's stand-up that you like.
Just wicked offensive stand up that I like too. So they come back at like the worst PC times and they're just saying the most horrific shit that I think's hilarious.
Oh, yeah, it's like
These
thousands.
aliens are fucking bigots, dude.
thousands of years in the future, like a human ship finds you.
Yeah.
They like take the disc and they're like, this comedy has been banned for thousands of years.
Somebody comes down and says faggot, and everyone just loses their mind. They all like, the forbidden word.
Oh, God. Forbidden. Forbidden words are interesting, aren't they?
It's a word.
It's a word. That's all it is, you know? And, like, people think about, like, intent, too, you know? It's like, intent is, like, so much more important than the word itself. It's so much more important. Because if you're like with your bros and like you're just like, ah, you're a faggot, blah blah blah, it's like, okay, it means nothing, you know. But like, if you like I even know like a gay dude who I can call a faggot, and like he'll just say you're a faggot back, like it's cool. But like I feel like the people who get offended over that shit are like people who get offended for other people.
Yeah, they're mad for other people.
Yeah, they're mad for other people.
It's white people that are showing how cool they are.
Yeah.
Look at how nice and I get along with everybody.
Yeah, like...
Don't say those words.
Like, literally, like I've seen this, too. Like, a white person will be, like, talking about, like, a minority or something. Be like, you're a minority. You're, like, disprivileged and all this stuff. And then they'll be like, no, I'm not. Like, I'm just, like, I'm fine. I have more money than you. What are you talking about?
White lady. It's always a white lady, too. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's always... Bill Burr's that great joke. He didn't realize how hard it was to be a white woman in America. He's like, I don't know why you're bitching. You're in the jacuzzi with me. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Well, like, I've never understood that, getting offended for other people. I don't get it. They're like, because these people don't even ask for it, you know?
I get offended when people ask for extra mayonnaise because I hate mayonnaise. But I hate it with a passion. So if someone asks for extra, then I'm offended. Then that actually...
You're offended?
Yeah, I don't like that shit. I'm going to cancel the next person that does that. You're gross, all of you out there.
It's reasonable.
Mayonnaise-eating pieces of shit.
Do you like smoothies?
Last time I even had a smoothie.
But do you like smoothies? Like,
maybe.
Like you'd eat a smoothie.
Probably.
Like a fucking banana,
like a
fucking...
little banana.
Yeah, strawberries, fucking whatever.
Deep throat it. I don't care.
Dude, for whatever reason, I was making a smoothie today, and, like, I realized that every single person that I've met that has, like, hated smoothies was a fucking asshole. Like,
they just don't
like if they were just like, I don't like smoothies at all, fuck that shit, like, I never eat it, blah, 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 fuck fruit, blah, 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 you know?
Yep.
And I just realized, I was just like, wow, every single person who's hated smoothies has just been a horrible human being.
Yeah.
That I've met, like, literally.
Those are the same people that don't like shaped macaroni and cheese or dino nuggets.
Yes.
Like, why do you hate the best things?
They're fucking incredible things, you know? It's like, Jesus. Fucking Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus liked all those things too.
Jesus would like those things.
He loved teenies.
He
was down with teenies.
Are they discontinued now?
They have them at Countries.
They have them at Countries?
Yeah.
Damn. Do they have them at Market Baskets still?
Yeah, probably. They probably have them a Market Basket version.
I know they
of
like
them.
the giant cases.
Fucking small things. That's the Market Basket version.
I remember I used to buy them and sell them out of my house.
I remember we used to fill them up with sand and throw them at each other, and that was a game we liked to play at the park.
God, you're just turning anything into a weapon.
We were
horrible. Like, this is like a little grenade.
And we did fill them up with sand, and we would overhand launch them too, like a fucking grenade at each other. That was the rule. You couldn't whip them at each other.
You had to overhand it, like you're in the trenches.
Yep. Maybe we were all just having flashbacks. We're all just storming Normandy.
That's funny. I remember Airsoft Wars. You ever have Airsoft Wars?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I had a real BB gun, and I shot somebody with it once, and that was the end with that. With all the parents and everybody weren't happy.
I remember I told you before, but I would take like the tips off of the Nerf darts and put like tacks in them.
Oh yeah.
Dude, yeah, I remember like playing like roulette with those with my friends. Like we would put fucking regular darts in there and like throw in a couple tack ones.
Oh yeah.
And like we'd shoot them at each other. Like, what the fuck?
We thought it was hilarious. I did that like about 6 or 7 years ago. We had a Nerf gun party here.
Yeah.
A bunch of Nerf guns, and me and this fucking kid Scott put tacks in it, and we were shooting each other in the foot. We thought it was the funniest thing in the world. I blame that all on Jackass. That all started with Jackass.
Jackass just... How many kids do you think are like fucking paralyzed because of Jackass?
Oh, a few. Definitely a few.
Yeah. Just like straight up in their backyard after watching it, just jumping off.
How many people got like just
sunsets.
broken bones and stitches and things just from watching Jackass? We
Yeah,
used to literally push each other in the carriages into shit because we thought it was the funniest thing.
Yeah.
I did go and see Jackass Forever on Sunday.
How was it?
It was amazing.
It was
might be the
amazing.
best one. It was like a good movie
Yeah.
too. It wasn't just fucking. I don't
Did
want
it
to
have
ruin
like
it, but
Bam in it?
no, Bam was the only one who wasn't in it.
Bam, yeah.
But they did a lot of balls and wieners. I'll warn anybody who's gonna watch it. A lot of balls and wieners.
I mean, if you're gonna see it, you gotta see it unrated. You have to.
Yeah, that's all you see. It's just dicks and balls.
Just 90% of the movie is just cut out.
Yeah,
From the
there's this
rated.
one sketch they do where Preston, the fat dude, is like sitting on top of this little. It looks like a boxing gym, and his balls are the punching bag. So they like pull his balls through this little dollhouse looking thing, and they have it looks like a drill, but in the corner of it, it's two hands that look like they're punching, and his balls are hanging through it, and they're just punching his balls with this drill.
Oh my god.
And they show it in slow motion, and it's one of the funniest things you'll ever.
The pain.
Oh,
that,
yeah.
That must just
Yeah.
like reverberate from each
Yeah.
testicle with each little punch. That must be horrible.
There was a bunch of good ones. I don't want to ruin all. One kid fucking jumped into a bunch of cactuses. He just had like a little hand glider thing on, just dove into a bunch of cactuses. They had kind of like some. I mean, it was the whole old crew doing everything, but they had a couple of new people doing stuff too, like younger people, and it was pretty good. They weren't bad.
I remember one of my favorite skits. You know the song Electric Avenue?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you remember when they had the hanging tasers and they had to like run through them?
Oh yeah.
That was fucking.
Yep.
I don't know what about that like scene made me like love it so much. Maybe it was just the song and they're running through tasers and it's like all symbolic. It's like
Yeah.
they're literally running through Electric Avenue. It's like it's brilliant. It was a brilliant sketch. Like just the concept of it, you know.
They do so many good sketches.
You could tell they were like smoking weed and like just fucking like thinking about sketches and they were like Electric Avenue and they were like listening to like that song came on and they were like, dude, Taser Avenue, bro.
I always would. This one they did a lot of shit with tasers in this one too.
Did they?
Just tasing each other.
It's fucking. It's so.
Knoxville
stupid.
takes on a bull again.
Another bull.
Yep.
Nice.
Everybody's sober now though.
Yeah.
On the set, yeah, I think pretty much everybody.
Jesus.
But
Rev it a little bit more.
yeah, it's not even that nice out. There's snow on the ground still. Last time we did the podcast, we just got done playing basketball,
I know, and
and now
fucking.
it's fucking cold out and there's snow everywhere.
I hope that's like the last storm.
I know.
It sucks.
We're in March now,
New England fucking blows.
and you don't know. March is at 1 month. You don't know. It could be 70 next week, or it could
Like-
snow again.
Like, why did humans ever leave the equator? Why? Why go someplace that's
What?
cold and horrible?
I know they know, but I don't know. What season did the Pilgrims land here and decide to stay? Did they land in like
I think it was like
summer?
fall.
They landed in the fall, you think?
I don't know.
'Cause they didn't land in the middle
I
of
just know
fucking
the
winter.
pictures and like you know you see
Yeah.
the Pilgrims and the Indians and you know like you don't see it in the picture, but they're giving the Indians viruses and they're dying in
Yep.
large
Sorry.
numbers.
Sorry, that's you. Because I mean, if they landed in like the middle of summer or something, I could be like, all right, I get why you'd stay. But if they landed in like now, I think they'd be like, what the fuck? This is horrible. I mean, England isn't great weather-wise anyway, but I don't think it snows like it does here over there.
I do not think so. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
But fucking yeah, I don't understand why humans left the equator.
I just don't get how.
So nice.
I think about any time it's like we get like a really nice day before like a fucking thunderstorm's coming or a snowstorm's coming.
Yeah.
I always think when I'm walking to like the store, like how 200 years ago they had no idea, or 100, you know what I mean? They had no idea that this giant storm was coming. Everyone's just going about their life, having a good time, and then in a couple hours everything's just fucked. Like how did we live? How did people survive that shit?
I don't know. Like
Like a hurricane, like Katrina coming.
I wonder if they had any like primitive like weather measuring technology.
Yeah, it was just some like
super like bad but worked a little bit.
how they had like the canaries and the, you know what I mean? And
Probably,
the
like-
fields,
like
you know
the
what I mean? Do you think they
birds.
had something like that to?
Yeah, the birds were probably a good sign. Like that's the thing too. Like I wonder if tribes just followed birds. You know, like because they go like south for the winter.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like you would think they would just be like, oh, this is you know
Following the fucking stupid
they
geese.
get that pattern, so that they don't stay in the winter. But yeah, I don't know, man. Fucking it's.
Like that blizzard we had a
crazy.
fucking month ago. Imagine you're just hanging out and you're living outside, and then all of a sudden it just starts snowing. You're like, well, this will stop soon, and it literally snowed for over a day. Like,
Yeah, and then you're dead.
You just always have to have resources in case that shit happens. Like, that's fucking nuts. Imagine you live somewhere where there's tornadoes. How do you even explain that? Like, rain and stuff, it rains, but sometimes it rains worse, or it snows worse. Like, there's no other thing that's like a tornado.
So, like, 200 years ago, they'd be like, oh, like, God is punishing us.
Yeah.
Like, that's, like, the only logical thing you could say. It's, like, literally...
Just move. I don't know why you'd even live there.
Yeah.
If I saw one tornado, I'd be like, time to go, guys. All those smart people did end up in California. They were like, wow, they ended up in San Diego somewhere. And like, oh, it's 80 every day here and it barely rains? Like, this is nice.
So fucking nice. Yeah. Like, dude, the summers here are great.
Oh, yeah.
Like, in New England, the summer's like...
Yeah, I mean, you can have a good April till October sometimes.
Yeah. Usually it's like, decent and, like, it's good. But it's just, like, the winters are just like, okay, you're doing nothing.
Yeah, literally.
You were doing nothing.
This is my, like, 5th day on vacation, and I've just been sitting in this fucking house.
Yeah,
I, like, drove around today. I just got in my car and just started driving around. I'm like, oh, look, other people. But there's nothing to do. It's freezing out. I can't take Lola for a walk because there's snow all over the fucking ground. Like, what am I going to do? There's nothing to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Go spend money somewhere for no reason because I'm bored. I don't want to do that.
No. I mean, you said you're on, like, you're eating healthy now? Or, like... Yeah. Are you, like, still going with that?
Oh, yeah. So
Nice.
It's hard for me now to order pizzas and all those other things that I want so bad. God, I'll eat a whole pizza right now. I'll deep throat it.
What's your diet looking like?
I really just eat a lot of vegetables, and I fucking cook a lot of chicken.
Nice.
I eat just chicken and vegetables all the time.
Rice?
Sometimes, but I don't know. I know one of them, like white rice, isn't really that good for you. You're supposed to be eating brown rice, but brown rice sucks.
Are you going to the gym at all?
No. Work is my gym. Cutting meat all day, I count that as exercise.
If you do go to one, make sure you go to Gravity. Like if you decide to go, Gravity's fucking what's
Gravity.
up. Yeah.
Is there an anti-gravity one? I'll go to that one.
That is probably...
Because that seems a lot easier.
That's in like the upside down, like
right.
Stranger Things. It's right below it. It's just in the upside down.
Because then I wouldn't really need much. I could bench press 500 pounds.
I mean, it would bench press you. You know?
Do whatever I want.
The
Then I'll say I
the
worked
weights
out
lift
all day.
you up there. So
Float around.
yeah, but they have a sauna there, which is really nice. Just chill.
A sauna.
Fucking detox. It's good. Good stuff. And it has it's like the one with like the rocks. And the rocks are good because you get to pour water on it.
Oh, you pour the water on the rocks.
Yeah.
So the guy next to me is jacking it. I can't see it. A little more water, please. A little more steam. Thanks, bud. Your elbows are hitting me.
Well,
Can you please?
Yeah, I mean, you get the steam so everyone can jerk off and no one can see.
No one can see. I go in there fully clothed. Everything on.
Dude, like some old guys, like they don't even bother with a towel, dude.
Oh, what do they care?
They don't give a fuck. They just straight up naked in there.
What do you
Just spreading like fucking man spreading like wide
bad.
too.
You think it's worse for dudes or chicks seeing that? Like, you think it's worse seeing an old dude or an old lady walking around like that?
I'd say old lady.
Yeah, you think it'd be worse to be a chick seeing an old lady walking around?
From a chick's perspective, probably be a guy. Probably be an old guy. Like, I mean, because it's just like we're not familiar. Like, they're this, the other. Like, it's like the other, like, just sex. It's like, ugh.
Gross.
This is not something like you want to imagine that because like you're attracted to like female, but not like that. It's
That's
like,
where it's
no.
headed.
It's
That's
like,
where.
It's like let's dial it back. That's why it's like disgusting.
That's where it's all headed.
I feel like that's what makes it more disgusting. Not good.
I don't know why I even brought it up because I'm thinking about naked old ladies and I don't like it.
I mean, don't just
I can't stop.
Just think about.
There's so many. They didn't really do any old guys. They did one old guy sketch, like old Knoxville.
The bad grandpa.
Yeah, they did one of those. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, I wish they made. I wish they just kept making movies with him. Like that was fucking. I loved that.
That was good. Yeah, Bad Grandpa was always good.
Yeah.
Him shitting in that fucking restaurant and he's just spray shits on that wall. It's one of the hardest I've ever laughed.
It's like he doesn't acknowledge it too, right?
He leaves. They run out and they leave after.
Yeah, he like
Him and the kid are both
sneezes,
ripping.
right?
Him and the kid are both like ripping farts. And then and he shits all over the wall.
Were like the waiters in on it?
They had to have, everyone had to have known, besides probably because the people sitting in front of him were, like, horrified. Because she looked back and saw it and just did that, like, hand over the mouth. Oh, my fucking God, there's shit on the wall over there.
That's brilliant. That's great.
It was good, though. It's weird seeing them all older. Because they said the first one was 20 years, so I think 2002 was the first Jackass movie.
Yeah, I remember I was very young when I saw those.
I barely remember the first one. I think the first one, I know one of them opened up with, like, someone just taking a shit on a city or something like that.
I think of the shit helmet.
I think
is that the first one?
That might have been the first, because
then there was literally a turd, like, in,
yep.
Steve-O was just puking everywhere.
Yep.
Oh, God.
They did, yeah. They did bring some other back ones, though. Remember that guy went to the hardware store and took a shit in the toilet? They kind of did something like that again. Like, they did a couple callbacks of other ones that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. I like callbacks. Like, yeah, those would be appreciated.
Yeah.
Definitely. So
it was good. I was really glad I went to see it. Yeah. And we were all so hungover. We all got super fucked up on Saturday, and then Sunday we were all just like,
How long is it?
It's like an hour and a half, I think, somewhere around. That's not that long. The opening scene, I won't ruin it, but it's like a Godzilla kind of scene. Oh my, that's all you need to know. You'll see it and you'll be like, holy fucking shit.
Yeah. Nah, I've been wanting to go see it. I want to.
Nobody was in there either.
No.
There wasn't much. I think it came out like a month ago.
Did you go Chunkies?
No, went over to a little showcase. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what about, like, I went to Chunkies once and I've just kept going there.
Oh, Chunkies is awesome.
I don't know, like, I'm like, oh, dinner? Like, I don't have to just have popcorn. Like, this is.
Yeah, Chunkies is fucking sweet.
This was awesome. Yeah, I went and saw Spider-Man on the way home there.
Oh, is that where you?
Yeah.
Last time I was there was to see Mean Girls with a bunch of people from work. That was, I think, in October.
Mean Girls.
Some of the girls, they were mean.
Was that a chick flick?
Oh, yeah. Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah.
Yep. It's an oldie. It is a funny fucking movie,
Oh,
though.
wait. I was thinking you went and saw a new movie.
No, it was old. They did it on, I don't know why, they had like a Mean Girls night.
Right.
A bunch of people from work went. I just kind of went to drink. I like to drink. Makes me big and strong.
I mean, you're combating it with your healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, see?
Now.
So I can just drink as much. Actually, I cut back so much.
That's good, though.
I drank like fucking 15 beers on Saturday, though. That was a rough Sunday. I cannot be doing that shit anymore. I'm way too old.
I mean, if you're going to see Jackass, man, I mean...
You
have to go see Jackass.
Yeah.
You can't just go see Jackass. You gotta go see Jackass.
That whole day was so bad. I was trying to play like Smash Brothers or anything, and everything was moving so fast. I was like getting the spins. I'm like, why do I do this to myself?
Severe frontal lobe degradation.
Oh, so bad. Need water.
Need water, Helen.
Water, Helen.
I'm not Helen.
Yeah.
Need water,
That's
Helen.
all I'm doing. I'm at countries. The Indian lady's like, what?
When you say that, it almost sounds like there's an alien asking Helen Keller for water, but she can't understand.
She has no idea.
Need water, Helen. And what? Did you say something?
Oh man, that's fucked.
She I think even she like laughed about her disability though. Like even she like made like jokes about it.
I feel like it wasn't even that long. There's like video footage of her. Yeah. But for some reason, anytime I think of this stuff, I think of like the 1800s. I'm like, oh, this shit happened a long time ago. And I'm like, oh.
It's like there's like comedians with disabilities though that like make fun of themselves all the time, and it's fucking hilarious. It's hilarious.
It's a fine line to go though, dude. Are you getting laughed at, or are they laughing because of your jokes?
Yeah,
That's something you gotta just swallow and go up there and just say, no, they're laughing at my jokes. They're not laughing.
I mean, if they're making like hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, maybe millions, they're not gonna give a fuck who you're laughing at.
Laugh at me.
Yeah, they're not gonna give a fuck.
Freak.
Yeah, like there's a dude with Tourette's that does comedy.
Yeah, I've seen.
And like he's it's fucking hilarious. It's great. He makes fun of his like tics and shit and he's like he writes like very well orchestrated jokes too. Like great punchlines, good callbacks. Like fucking it's good. Very, very good.
Mucho goodo. That's German for good.
Mucho is German?
Oh, I just made that up.
I thought that was like Mexican. Like
C. More German.
Wait, no, I said Mexicans. That's Spanish. Mexicans speak Spanish, right?
Yes, Espanol.
Damn, I think I was just racist. Fuck.
Wow.
I think I just fucked up.
Wow, that's it. Well, we made it to 30, everyone.
Jesus Louises.
30. That's a lot.
It's a high number, and eventually
We'll get to at least.
What are we gonna do for the 100th episode?
Hopefully we'll have cameras and everything. We can do like a live stream one. Maybe we'll just do that one live.
Definitely, yeah, absolutely. We'll definitely have cameras then, for sure. Sure.
I'll be honest with you, I haven't even looked into it really recently. So
when I did a little bit of research on the cameras, like for like top notch, like fucking like Joe Rogan level cameras, like they're like $1,000 a pop.
Oh yeah, we're not looking for that.
No, like I don't know, like we'll figure out like a good way to do it, because there's good like budget cameras that have like good quality, but it's all about like research and trying to find the best deal, you know, because if you pull the trigger on like $1,000 camera, it's like
now you're fucking stuck with this $1,000 camera.
Yeah,
that GameStop will give you 2 N64 games for. So.
Dude, GameStop oh my god,
fucked themselves over.
They fucked themselves over bad.
That's what they get.
And dude, like their stock is still like in the hundreds, like from the meme stock that like happened.
Really?
It's still up there, yeah. Like there's still people out there like I'm holding.
It's gonna come back.
It's like it's been over for so long. They're like it's a meme stock. It'll rise again.
People are gonna start going GameStops again.
It'll rise again.
Like Blockbuster. I'm making a Blockbuster.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Blockbuster, they still have one store left.
Yeah, there's one left. I think the original one.
It's a tourist attraction.
Is it?
Yeah.
That makes me feel
it's
fucking old.
Like it's in like bumfuck Oklahoma or something. Like somewhere just completely.
It's a tourist attraction. Somewhere I went as a child to.
It is, and it straight up operates like an OG Blockbuster. Like it's.
I didn't go to a Blockbuster much, though, to be honest. I probably only rented stuff from there like a handful of times.
I remember I went and got BioShock there.
It was Video Thunder.
Yeah.
That's where I went.
Video Thunder was dope. Now it's a laundromat. It was fucking...
I do my laundry there. Sometimes I sit in there while I'm doing laundry going, this is fucking weird. I used to walk around here when I was 10 years old. Like.
Yeah, my fucking dryer just broke, so I was over there the other day.
Yep.
It's like fucking hell.
It's weird. It's just weird being in there. Like I used to be in here all the fucking time because my mom worked next door at that store 24, so I was always in there.
Yeah, and then like you know exactly where the spot in the store was where all the dirty videos were.
I was in the back, and they made it all loud and creaky because I went back there like a day after I turned 18, and you're just overwhelmed because this was like 07. I didn't have a house computer, so I didn't really. I mean, I've seen porn, but it was never that many options at once like it is now. It was just so fucking overwhelming. I remember just looking around. I'm like, I don't know what to do back here, and the whole time it's like while I'm walking around. I'm like, oh no, everyone knows some perverts back here.
It's funny.
I'm sorry.
I'm surprised it wasn't like a glory hole back there. You know.
It was weird. It was just weird and creaky. And it had like the Wild West doors.
Yeah, straight up Wild West. You just like boot it in.
Some guy's playing a piano full of jizz.
A piano full of jizz.
Yep.
God. Do you remember? Do you remember the mirror that they had there?
Oh yeah.
It was like in the corner. Yep. Dude, I remember being like 9, 10 years old, fucking getting as close as I could to that mirror, fucking squinting, trying to see, because like you knew it was in there.
Yeah, you knew it was in there.
You knew. It's just like you're just trying to like see, trying to see through the mirror, trying to get a good angle.
I remember I would get fucking. First, they would give me free rentals if I put like people's returns away, because you had to put the DVD behind the case of the DVD. That's how people rented it.
Yeah.
So they would have all like the shit people returned, and I would go in there and I would just put shit, and they would child labor, but I would get a free game to rent. But I remember we knew like they had the like the metal detector kind of thing where you walk by and it would beep, and me and a couple of my friends knew for some reason if you held both sides at a certain thing it would just go off, and we would just fucking annoy the people who worked there. We would just like run in and grab it and be like beep beep, and we'd fucking run out. Assholes. The dude the manager Mike, this fat dude, he I think he had a crush on my mom, and he would give me like I
remember him.
He would give me like early copies of movies that weren't out for rent yet, because like they would screen it. So they would send like the owners of the video stores it. So I remember I got like, dude, where's my car? I mean, this is old shit, but like I got those on DVD, and it just had like what was on it. And when you watch it, it showed at the bottom like this is not for resale or whatever. And I was like, people would come over like, this shit's still coming out for a month. I felt I was like the coolest fucking kid.
Dude, yeah, you get something like that, you are the coolest fucking kid, straight up. No, that's dope. Yeah, I remember. God, I got BioShock there. That was like the first like game franchise that I bought, and I BioShock's incredible.
BioShock. I remember renting N64 games there. I rented Conker's Bad Fur Day there. And I remember the guy was trying to like rat on me when I was renting it. He's like, "Oh, there's got a lot of swears and stuff." To like my mom. My mom's like, "I don't give a shit." She bought me the fucking Marshall Mathers LP when I was like 10 years old.
Right.
Listen to Eminem talk about murdering his wife.
God, I remember when Netflix was like super primitive too, and like you would
They
have
would
to
send you things.
they'd send you the DVDs. It was super primitive, but yeah, they fucking
Like Gamefly.
God.
That was huge for a time.
Gamefly.
Yeah.
Gamefly was huge, and now it's just everything's digital. Just fucking download it.
Just digital everything.
God, that destroyed GameStop so hard.
Oh, all those things. It just killed it all. Once you could just start streaming, like streaming was the end
Right.
for everything. But Netflix, I remember like when you could start streaming Netflix, it was like the coolest fucking thing ever.
I remember I had a friend who went like dumpster diving at GameStop, and dude, he said he found some good shit. Like he found a copy of Modern Warfare 2. Like literally, it was like sealed, like nothing wrong with it, like in the dumpster, straight up. Like, and that was like a $60 game at that time.
Oh yeah.
Like he found some good shit. Like you have to like go through all like the cardboard like cutouts and fucking games.
Fighting some other homeless guy in there.
Yeah, but no, like he found some dope stuff. Like there's all kinds of like Pokemon figures. Like you know how they sell like all kinds of like just crazy like figures of like video game characters. There's a shit ton of those in there all the time. Like GameStop dumpster diving, man.
That's what you can do.
He found some good shit. And like he went to GameStop and like he had that Modern Warfare game and like he sold it to them. Like the same GameStop that
That's
threw
so
it out.
funny.
I was like, that's fucking hilarious.
For like $5. GameStop sucked.
Well, since it was brand new, like if it's brand new, they take it for like 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's like sealed and shit, yeah, they took it for 30. But yeah, you fucking pulled a $30 bill out of fucking dumpster.
$30 bill.
See, he already had Modern Warfare, so he didn't fucking need it.
Fuck COD. I never got into COD.
Yeah, I call it like Modern Warfare was dope. I remember like you go to like private lobbies and like play like Michael Myers and shit. Like, you would need like 10 people, but you get like 10 randoms, and it was just so fun. It's like one person has to run around with a knife, and everyone else has like no guns, and like you're just running around and you have to hide in the map, and like this Michael Myers is like trying to find you.
Oh yeah.
And, like
yeah.
he'll knife you if he finds you.
It's like Dead by Daylight.
I remember finding some good, like, dope-ass spots, you know? And, like, it would be, like, a 5-minute timer on the map, too, so he has to find everyone within 5 minutes, you know? And, like, when he kills someone, like, they join his team, and, like, they get to run around and, like, try to, like, find people.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's like... That's why, like, you have to be careful. You have to make sure no one else knows where you're hiding, because if they die, they're gonna, like, immediately come and know where you are. But, those are game modes that, like, people just made... like in private lobbies without needing like any developer at all. Like it was like pure creativity. Like there was like a bunch of games like that.
Leave it open for mods.
Yeah, and it was like it wasn't even like modding the game at all. It was just like making a game that was like dope from nothing. Just like putting a few rules. And Michael Myers.
Good old hide and seek.
Yep, and I remember one time I was playing Michael Myers with this dude, and he convinced me that he would give me like level 10 prestige, like in Call of Duty, and I gave him 1,600 Microsoft points, and he scammed me.
He scammed you.
And I cried to my mom for like an hour that someone online took $20 from me.
Oof.
And when you're young, that's like $100.
That's all the money in the world. I'll never have that much money again, Mom. Don't you understand?
Exactly. Like the way like you looked at money when you're a kid, you will never have that much money again.
No, because I have no source of income.
You would need literally $1 million today to like look at money like you did when you were a kid.
Is it my birthday? No, then I have no chance of money coming.
Yeah.
Christmas, maybe? What do you know, Lola? You don't know. You're a dog.
You're just a dog. What do you know?
What do you need money for? Crack habit?
She's got a hidden crack habit.
Yeah, she smokes crack. It's alright, though. She looks good. She's fine.
She looks good for smoking crack.
Yeah.
It's very good. Good for her.
Good for you, Lola. I don't know how you do without thumbs. Or money.
Good girl. Good girl.
That's why she's just so cute.
I know. She wants to be on the podcast so bad.
She wants to be on the old pod, huh, Lola?
She wants a headset, she wants a microphone, and she wants to make her little noises.
Yep.
That's all she wants
Then
to
she'll
do.
make a sub channel and she'll get mad subscribers and will be a thing of the past.
And she'll just take the train to fame and leave us behind.
And then she'll OD on crack. So don't support her channel.
You're supporting her habit if you support her channel.
She's only 8. Support an 8-year-old doing drugs.
Exactly. God damn it. Well, all right. I think that's a good spot to wrap it up for today. Everyone
Yes,
take
it is.
easy.
Lola slurping.
And yeah, I knew that was coming. All right. Take it easy.
Peace.